I had to apologize. Back, and if you watch part 1, this is part 2. Okay, so let's get into the story. I had to apologize to him. I was about to say his name. I was apologize to Michael before my ex, because it's like, listen, I don't even care about what that is, because at the end of the day, I still have to see you. I'm gonna see you on Sunday. I'm gonna see you on Thanksgiving. I'm gonna see you on Christmas. I'm gonna always see you. I'm gonna see you when we have parties. I'm gonna see you on my birthday. Like, I'm always going to see you. So it's not like it's really crazy, because like, no matter what my ex was trying to stop, it cannot be stopped at the time, because it's like our families are involved with each other. We're not dating, okay? The thing is this, my aunt and his mom, I believe they grew up together. And that's how, and this is before we was even born. This is back home in Jamaica. They grew up together. They've been knew each other since they were small. So, you know, obviously when you come to a new country and you know people that you know was back home, and you find out that they're here, and y'all just link up again, and y'all just start hanging out like it was old times. So what the f is the problem? You know what I mean? Like, you find out, oh, they got kids, we got kids, I got nieces and nephews. Oh, let's all hang out and do things together. That's all it was. Okay? Anyway, so now fast forward to like my early adulthood, right? Because it's like the situation between me and Michael never went nowhere, but it was like, this is when it started getting crazier. Okay, so mind you, I said we went to church together. We used to go to church together. So he used to come to church with me. Right? He lived in Brooklyn. I already went to church in Brooklyn. So now, one random day, he gets baptized. Mind you, he's involved with a whole lot of gangs, and I don't know nothing about that, but he gets baptized. So I'm like, okay, that's great, that's cool, you know, yeah, get baptized. Come to find out, that was just another way to try to like impress me. Listen, God strike you down. God come down and strike that man here. But don't do that. That's number one. My thing is, don't ever try to convert whatever your beliefs are for a person, for no man, for no woman, for nobody. You believe in what you believe in and you stick to it, okay? But that right there, that was a little bit confusing for me, because I didn't even know he was doing all of this until he admitted it all in front of my family. But we get into that because I don't want to I just try to get it all out. So that very day, mind you, like at that time, I was probably like 19, 20, whatever. So we walk to like Burger King or whatever, right? Mind you, he got affiliations going on. He lives in Brooklyn. We're in Burger King. Some girl come in Burger King. He knows the girl. I don't live out in Brooklyn. I live in Queens. So, plus I'm not outside. So, this girl tries to like pick an argument with me because I'm there with him. I'm like, excuse me, first of all, we ain't fighting on no good Sunday. Not me. Not looking the way I look. Girl, go on by your business. Listen to me. You can't come war with me not looking like that. Let's start there. Not looking like that and I'm looking like this. We didn't fight. There is no fight. Number two, if you want to talk about something, check your nigga. Do not come check me. Clearly you see he's in a suit. And you know, I was wearing a dress and like some heels. I was always looking decked out on Sunday. Let me tell you. Let me say one. Okay. Good girl. I ever look good on a Sunday. Okay. So I just was like, you know, check him. Like, we ain't doing that. Like, whatever you think is going on, it's not happening, sis. Check your man. If that's your man, check your man. And that's how it's gonna go. So I just literally take myself and I just leave and I just walk back to church, because I'm like, I'm not about to have no argument with you, no girl, nothing, okay? Funny enough, that situation happened and I told my grandmother, right? So now, fast forward, because we're in like different times now. Fast forward, he is having a baby shower. Like, one of his girlfriends got pregnant, mind you. I didn't know none of this stuff was going on. So he hits me up and lets me know that, you know, he's having a baby. Mind you, at this time, we're probably like 21. Yeah, we're like 21 now. So he having a kid, and he wants me to come to the baby shower, the family to come to the baby shower, right? This is the part where I started to get very irritated with him. And I just, honestly, I didn't even tell my family about his baby shower. Because I was tired. Like, you know, it would be little things. Because it was, the reason why I didn't do it is because it was always a beef. Not on my end. But with him and his bitches, always had some type of issue with me. First of all, we were never in nothing. But I guess because our families are so, like, close, people thought there was, but there really wasn't. So, now, I didn't tell my aunts about his baby shower because I was uninterested in it. And I feel like, you know what? There ain't no need for y'all to be going to this man's baby shower, because for what? This baby shower is the same. First of all, he having a baby with the same bitch that keep hitting me up trying to argue with me, and the same bitch that was trying to argue with me in the McDonald's. Hell no, I'm not going to your baby shower, and hell no, I'm not going to tell the rest of my family to go to your baby shower either. Ain't nobody spending no money on you and your whack ass girl. I'm sorry. I'm not. Ain't nobody spending no money on you and your whack ass situation. We ain't doing it over here, and I don't care. So I didn't tell my family about his baby shower. So now, fast forward to Thanksgiving, because he comes over for Thanksgiving. He tried to put me on blast in front of my whole family. Now, he's there. He comes over, whatever, and my aunt, like, they're just asking him, trying to catch up with him, like, what's going on with you, blah, blah, blah. So he tells us how he got kids. Yeah, kids. With a Z. So he's saying that to my family. And my aunt's like, oh, kids? So she was like, yeah, you know, I got 2 baby mothers. Okay. Next, he's like, they're like just a couple months apart. Okay. And next, y'all could have came to the baby shower. Which one? Anyway, he says, y'all could have came to the baby shower, but Tina didn't want to let y'all know. I guess she forgot. I'm like, you're not gonna put me on no type of blast in front of my family. That's number one. So I was like, excuse me? What are you talking about? He was like, yeah, remember I hit you up talking about telling y'all to come to my baby shower or whatever. Y'all never showed up. I was just like, so my aunt, she's like, oh, wait, I never know say about baby. Would I come, would I buy some things here, baby? And the thing was, I never told them why, because it was petty. Like, you know what I mean? It was a petty thing, and that was between literally me and him and his baby mother, whatever. But it was petty. It was petty. I'm gonna say it was petty that I didn't say nothing to them, because they could have went and I could have stayed home. But on a real grand scheme of things, they're my family, okay? And that's it. Like, that's just how I felt in my mind. Like, no, y'all not getting no gifts. Me and this girl keep harassing me. Nobody is buying her nothing. Okay? That's literally how I felt at the time. I was younger. So, that's how I just felt. So, anyway. So, now, he says this all in front of my family. And my grandmother and my other aunt is just looking at him like, how old are you again? So, he was like, yeah, I'm like 21. Mind you, we're the same age. So, my grandma's asking him, like, what about school? What about work? What about, you know, bettering your life? Why are you not doing none of that? So then he starts trying to tell my grandmother what he does. It's not, you know how these hood niggas, what they do. So we're not even on. You're right. So he says what he do. And my grandmother just is like, what about church? Because I haven't seen you in church in a long time. Mind you, I was still going to church. But after a while, he stopped going. And then this is what he said. The only reason I got baptized is because of Tina. So now he starts to put me on, like, okay, I don't know what he did, what this was. But what he did was he said this. The only reason he got baptized was because of me. The only reason why he was coming to church was because of me. And he likes me. And he said this in front of my whole family. But the thing is, they already knew. Everybody already knew. So it didn't matter if you admitted it or not. I knew, they knew, we all knew, your mother knew, your sister knew, everybody knew. Okay? But I just didn't get involved with him because of hearing about him being affiliated into a gang. It kind of just said to me, like, you know what? No. Number 2, he lived far away from me. Who was going to take them train rides all the way to Brooklyn for you? Not me. And also, my grandma was hella strict. It wasn't gonna, listen, you have too much things I want. If this relationship, for me personally, if a person, the relationship gotta start out on a good note. If it's starting out rocky, I don't even want to be here. Like, no. Come on now. But anyway, so he says this in front of everybody, and my grandmother is super pissed. She just looked at him like, no, absolutely not. So my grandmother says that, and then he's just wondering, like, why? Like, why no? So she's just like naming out a bunch of reasons. You got kids, you affiliated, you're doing this, you're doing that. Yeah, it ain't structured. No. So I didn't say nothing because I kind of agree. So now she's like, Tina not doing that. And I said, finally, that Sunday, because I didn't go to church that Sunday and I stayed home because I was doing my homework. I was in college. So at this time, I was in college. So I was home. I was making a jacket because I was, I was sewing and stuff that back then. I was designing my own clothes. So I'm making a jacket and somebody rings my doorbell and I answer the door. Who is it? Michael. He comes over and I'm just wondering, like, you want like leftovers or something? So now he comes over. He says, oh, he already asked my aunt, and my aunt said it was okay. So I'm just like, okay. So now he asks me, can I use your computer? I let him use the laptop. So he's on my laptop. I don't know what he's doing. I don't really care what he's doing. But in my mind, I'm just wondering, like, could you please hurry up? Because I gotta finish my homework. Okay? Right. So now he's trying to make a conversation with me, but I'm not really trying to make conversation with him. But he's constantly trying to make conversation with me. So now a couple hours pass. He's home. He's in my house. And the craziest thing is we're both sitting at the dining room table. At my grandma's house, I had a long dining room table. And those type of tables, it's like 6 chairs. And I'm all the way at the end. He's all the way at the other end. So now, right, my other aunt comes downstairs and she's just wondering, like, what the hell is happening over here? Because, mind you, I've never had no guy at my grandma's house. Okay? So she's automatically confused, like, what is he doing here? But she doesn't know that, like, my other aunt was like, yeah, he could come over. But she's like, what's going on down here? Nothing was going on. Nothing. Absolutely nothing was going on, to be honest. Nothing was going on because I don't want him. Nothing was going on. But I guess to her, it kind of looked confusing. So she's, like, asking, like, what are y'all doing? And I'm just like, I'm doing my homework. So he's eating, I'm eating, because I like, I was making food, so he got a plate too. So now my aunt pulls me to the side and she's like, "Wait, Maduya." I'm like, I listen. I let her know right now. Listen, I know everybody thinks something going on between me and him, but there's nothing going on between me and him. I did not tell him to come over here. I don't know why he's here. He said that my other aunt said he could come over here. That's why he's here. I'm not doing nothing with him. I'm waiting for him to be finished off the computer doing whatever he said he was doing, and it be that I'm waiting for him to be ready to go. Okay? So now she's like, okay. So after a little while passed, my grandmother finally comes home from church. So that's where things just get turned up. Okay? So my grandmother comes home from church and then she sees him and I in the dining room. However, I was sitting where I was sitting, he was sitting where he was sitting. It's not like we were sitting next to each other. No, he was sitting where he was sitting, I'm sitting where I was sitting. So now, my grandmother comes in and she looks over and she immediately says, "What you doing here?" So he's like, "Oh, such and such said I could come over." So now my grandmother said, "My beg you, please come out to my yard." And then he gets up so quick and gets out of, he goes to the doorway. He goes to the doorway and my grandmother was sitting there. She started going off on him. Like, me don't know what it feel like say I go do, but Tina is a school girl. I was like, what the fuck? I was in college. So she was like, "I'm a school girl. She's a school girl. I don't know what you think is gonna happen, but it's not happening. She's a school girl." So then she started saying to him, "Where's your baby mothers?" Because he got two. So now he says, "Oh, he not even." He stuttering over his words. He's like, "Oh, they at their house." And then she said, "Well, you need to go be over there with one of them and start being a father." And then she was like, "Listen, Tina is not gonna be baby mother number 3 for you. It's not happening. Tina's a school girl. She must focus on her schoolwork, and that's it. Okay, you need to go home to your baby mothers and go be a father." And I was just like, and she was like, "Whatever you think is happening between you and Tina is not happening." And that's it. My grandmother was going off on him, but I was honestly very happy. I was so happy that she finally was just going off on him. You know what I mean? Because it was like all these years, all she saw him was just a little kid. Just like how she sees, you know, me as her baby forever. But it was like, you know, I was always like staying away from him. And everybody... I'm not saying that I was just staying away from him because I was cool with him, but it was like we never got into no relationship. But it was just like, oh, like, so what's going on with y'all? Nothing's going on with us. Now my grandmother and me are talking, and then she was like, after he leaves finally, she's like, "Oh, you never yesterday man have 2 baby mother yesterday." I was like, I said, "Listen, mommy, I know already I don't want Michael, okay? I'm not interested in him. I did not tell him to come over here, okay? I never told him to come over here. I know he got kids, and I don't... What I look like running up under him, dealing with him when he got 2 young kids at the time. They were literally just born. And I'm gonna go deal with him after he have 2 young kids, 2 newborns. It's a recipe for disaster. And I don't sign myself up for that type of stuff. Like I said, if this relationship don't start out good and nice and chill, I can't be a part of it. And I don't suggest y'all to be a part of it either. So, Goodie Gang out. Bye. Let me know if something like this happened with y'all. If y'all mother had to check a nigga and tell... y'all parents, y'all family had to just check a nigga and let it be known. Like, you ain't dealing with her. Let me know in the comments, please. Take you and your bags and go. Because we over here, she is getting married, okay? My grandmother let him know. Let me know. Goodie Gang out. Bye.